Hey everyone, my name is Juana Villegas, and I am here to talk about the essay I wrote during the course and what I found out while researching my topic. Um, First, I would like to introduce my topic, which is the biology of gender dysphoria. Going into this, I knew that there were some biological reasons for why transgender people exist because I've read about it before, but I hadn't completely understood the details behind the biology. I took this opportunity to learn more and increase my knowledge on the biology behind gender dysphoria. First, I would like to explain what gender dysphoria even is. Um, Gender dysphoria is an experience that individuals have when they feel an incongruence between their gender identity and the gender that they were assigned at birth. Um, this can be a very difficult thing for people to go through, and it can also cause a lot of issues in a person's life. You know, people always try to discredit trans people by telling them that they have a mental illness. And although trans people do have high rates of suicide, transphobia and trans hatred is a great driver for those issues. Trans people experience a lot of rejection in society, and that rejection is what leads to increases in mental illnesses, not their gender identities themselves. So I was curious, what is the biology behind what makes someone identify as a different gender than the one that they were assigned at birth? I wanted to know, like, what is the biology behind that? So it turns out that during pregnancy, the fetus will develop an organ that is called a gonad, which produces either testicles or ovaries. And it is during the first half of a pregnancy that the gonads will determine the differentiation of the sex organs. So the gonads will determine whether the person will have, a penis or a vagina. Once that's been determined, during the second half of the pregnancy is when the brain will develop its own differentiation of sex. So, when the fetus is exposed to the hormone testosterone, it will develop masculinization, or the absence of testosterone will create feminization. Studies have shown in sheep and primates that the development of sexual differentiation in the genitals also takes place earlier than the brain and behavior of sexual differentiation. It is possible that because these developments take place at different times, that's why there's an incongruence with the development of the brain and the physical sex. So, through the clarification of the development of sexual differentiation between the genitals and the brain, we can conclude that gender identity and gender dysphoria do exist biologically, because it's not just a concept that you're born a man, you're born a woman, and that's just who you are. It shows that, the genitalia that you have and the what's in your brain are not always going to necessarily be the same thing because they don't develop at the same time. And so that's why I think that we should acknowledge that gender is more complex biologically. It isn't binary, like we had previously assumed, and that we should provide compassion for individuals that are struggling with gender dysphoria because we have enough evidence to qualify this experience as real.